Hello, D-Rock here. Welcome to the channel. I hope you all are well. So today I'm doing a couple mods on my Suzuki DR650. I would say they are essential mods. The first one I'm going to deal with, from what I understand, what people are telling me, is this is the first mod anyone should do when they get their DR650. So let's have a look and we'll talk about it. Okay, directly across from the camera, let me get my finger in there. You are, see where my finger is touching right there? That is the upper chain roller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. I'm going to remove this and I'm just going to put a bolt back into place, like a sunken bolt, and I'll be done with it. Reason being is I recently was on a moto camp ride on the Suzuki, so I had a lot of weight on the bike, all my gear, everything of course, and I got some comments saying, hey, watch that upper chain roller. And I was like, what? Upper chain roller? So what's going on here is that when the bike has a lot of weight, you know, it's compressed down, that chain's got some slack in it. What can happen is that chain can jump up, go over that upper chain roller and bust it off. What happens if the chain right here jumps up and gets around this thing and busts it off is you're gonna have a gaping hole in the frame. That's no bueno. So we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to take this off like I just said. I'm going to put a bolt in there and be done with it. So to get that off, it's just got one bolt on it, of course. 12 millimeters is going to do the job. Let's see if I can get this in there. It's happening. All right, I got it loosened up. And it's just straps in the way, but you know, you see the roll right there. This is coming out. Oh, and there, it's done. There you have it. It's the upper chain roller, and that's going to prevent a very bad situation from possibly happening. Removing this. All right, I've got the camera jammed in here. I got some light, I think you can see that. But you can see there's the hole right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put just a little bolt right in there and that mod will be done. Okay, here's the part number. If you're curious, this is from ProCycle. This is the button head screw for upper chain roller delete. And there it is. So put a bit of blue Loctite on that. Go. We'll just simply thread it in. Simple, right? All right, now you can see that is where the upper chain roller used to be, and then the screw that replaced it. Now out of the way, chain's not going to come up and grab that and tear a hole in the frame. Essential mod done. That right there is going to be the second mod. That stock light's got to come out. It is terrible. And I'll show you an even better example. Whew.
Alright, one thing I need to do is deal with the new headlight. Man, my headlight sucks. Stock headlights, no bueno.
Alright, I'm going to be replacing the stock light with the Cyclops H410 Ultra. This is an LED headlight versus the halogen here, and it is a fantastic light. I have this same light on both my XT250 and my CRF300L. So not only will I see better at night with the new headlight here, but people will also see me better. So this is also what I would consider an essential mod here. I think at some point I want to try and add some auxiliary lights too. I'm not sure where, but especially since I put a big old 6.6 tank on. I think I can figure out, maybe some brackets will go right there. Nope, don't think so. I'll have to figure something out, maybe something down here. I don't know, if you have any ideas, don't be shy. Say something in the comments. Okay, so I've already had this off, dealing with the mess of wires in there when I had to relocate the turn signals when I was installing the gas tank here. So getting this off is no big deal at all. There's a screw right there, one, and there's one at the bottom there too, and there's another one right there. Well, one thing to notice is the bottom screw is a little bit larger than the side screws. Something to think about there. And this should just come off. Oh, look at that. Easy. Nice. Okay, so that's off. This is pretty simple here. Like that. And this gives you access to all the wiring here. That's not too bad. Okay, so this just pops out. It's mounted on right here. There's 4 screws on either side. They're easy. They come out really easy. And then this whole thing just kind of pops off. And then that's what we want right there. All right, let's pull this out. There's the plugs, H4 style plug. And here is, look at that, it's all set to go. That's the Cyclops there. Ooh, H410 Ultra. Very nice. One thing I'll point out, and I've made this mistake installing on my other motorcycles, is this bracket right here. That's a fan underneath that. That's what keeps the light cool. You need to be careful when you're installing this because you can press down on this bracket just slightly and it'll stop that fan from spinning. So if you do install this and you notice, you can turn your motorcycle on and the fan should come on immediately. If you don't hear that, you may want to make sure that the bracket's not pressed down into the fan. Just a heads up. And so I think it's as simple as just unplugging that. Boop. Yep. And that's it. So we're gonna get that off. That should just peel back right. There we go. And what you're faced with is this simple here. That'll just flip up and boom. There it is. There's that old crappy halogen bulb. Okay, so this part here just slides off and there's notches here, here, here. You want to make sure those notches fit up. They'll fit exactly in. So it's really easy. So you can slide that back in and then there, it's secured in. It's not that complicated. So let's just go ahead and like plug this in first and see if it actually works. So we're just gonna plug that in. All right, I'm just constantly checking to see if the light's still working, like the fan is still working. I just want to make sure it's not dented in. So yeah, bright baby, yeah, it's a bright light. Let's go. Boom. Nice. Okay, so I've just put this clip back in place and it does go back around. As you can see, it's not that, if you can see, got the light on it, it's not that great, sorry. It does clip back around it. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. This thing is not gonna go over that right there. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna cut it and wrap it around the bottom here, and that's just gonna have to work. Okay, I've got that housing back over it. It's cut, and then I've secured it with some electrical tape. Maybe that'll work. We're gonna check it again. Thing sounds good with the fan. Yeah. I like it. So now we have to, probably gonna zip tie this up into this nest here, and that'll probably do it. I'll wrap everything back up and we should be good to go. Okay, I've got this pressed back in. It's zip tied up. I didn't actually need to put it in this. looks like it's going to go in place, and we're still good on the fan. Okay, so I'm looking down there and you can see the fan, the cage that goes over the fan. Let me get my finger right there. I'm just kind of having a look to make sure there's nothing pushing into the top of that could press that down into the fan and make it stop working. So everything looks good. I actually have zip tied, get the light right there. I zip tied that everything together, and then I zip tied it to this. I've went to full lock on the handlebars to make sure nothing's getting pinched. So I think we're good to go. If anything I just said makes sense. Everything looks clear. Nothing's going to press into the fan cage and make it stop working. I'm not going to cut any wires when I turn the handlebars. So I think we're good to go. And we'll just do another test here. Yep, you can hear that fan moving. You can actually see it illuminated in there, right there. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Okay, so there's 4 screws here, like I mentioned. I was able to get those back in, no problem. I think we're where we want to be. And I'll go ahead and tighten those down and put the fairing back on. All right, everything went back on. Nothing's hanging out. I think we're good to go. Let's double check one more time. Yep, fan's working. Very nice. Very nice. Messing with the electronics. Let's just check the turn signals. There's the right one. Here's the left one. Good to go. High beam. You hear that? When you switch it to high, all 4 light up and then it drops in wattage. How cool is that? Pretty dang cool. Well, there you have it, folks. 2 essential mods on the DR650. If you have anything else to add, please feel free. Hit up on the comments. Give the video a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps us out tremendously. We'll see you next time. Lots more content on the way. Stay safe out there, folks. D-Rock out. Adios.